think Lane's ready to go. What's up, guys? Hopefully y'all can hear us well. Chime in the chat. Let us know if the audio is quality. But we want to thank y'all for joining us for this, I guess, episode 169, dude. Getting close to 170 now. A lot of Ramblin Raiders content to go around. I'm just deeming this one, titling it Welcome to the Joey McGuire Era, because we've had an exciting football season. A lot of ups and downs, more ups than downs, and we're going to recap really the OU game, but get into a little bit of that tonight. Once the season concludes, after the bowl game, we'll do our full football season recap. Guys, this is premium Texas Tech content with the occasional laughs, a few questionable takes. You have him right here, man, the hot take specialist, Laney's Locks, the FIFA World Cup specialist. Ready to drive to Qatar next Saturday to watch the USA take on the Netherlands.
And we're going, aren't we? How do we drive across the pond? Is that
if we can start a GoFundMe for my plane ticket, then I'm down. Y'all let us know in that chat if the sound is good. Feel free to hop in there, leave some comments. I'll pull it up on my computer here, or maybe Lane can get it on his phone.
No comments on the phone.
No comments on the phone. All right, looks like it's going to be on the computer, and we'll get to those. Any questions or just general commentary that you have throughout this show. Real quick, guys, we're a part of the Guns Up Nation Network. Our social medias, we're on, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Ramblin Raiders. Our Facebook page is Ramblin Raiders Podcast. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, Ramblin Raiders Media. That's where a lot of our content is being put out now. So Ramblin Raiders Media, hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up, and leave us a comment on this feed. And then also we have generally, this is going to be put out on our Apple Pod, Spotify, any of the podcasting platforms. So make sure that you rate, review, subscribe there. Rate, review, and subscribe to every one of those platforms. Not just one, every single one of them.
Last one of them.
Real quick, we have three things that I'm going to do this beer crack to. The vintage Ramblin Raiders crack here.
One of them better be USA getting it up.
You know what? We'll move that to the top of the list. That was on there, but yes, Lane's right. As you can see, he's wearing his USA jersey. Kid's a diehard football fan. USA getting the big dub. Lane and I got to watch it with some buddies over at Twin Peaks. Nothing more American than that. Freedom, wings, beer. USA beating Iran in soccer. Then also new merch drop, dude. RamblinRaiders.com, guys. I got to plug it. Pat did a great job of getting our shop set up. Let me go.
The new hats look great.
All of it looks awesome, guys. If you haven't seen our new merch that just came out yesterday, you need to go look at it, man. It's fairly priced. At least we think so. No, it's good pricing, great material. It's stylish. It's the best drip. Some are saying the best drip on the market.
It's fairly priced for us to cut a good profit, huh?
Yes, for us to cut a good profit. 10%. Is going to go to a local Lubbock charity of the month. We used to do that. It kind of went away once, Nick stepped out. We weren't able to get our website revamped for a little while there. So, 10% going to a local Lubbock charity. We'll let our followers most likely on Twitter, make sure you're following us there. That's where we're going to let our followers decide which charity we'll give to for that month. Also, the Matador Club will be one that we'll recycle in there and give. And then also our Ramblin Raiders athletes. We're going to use some of these proceeds to help out Ramblin Raiders athletes as well. Mm-hmm. The kids representing the Double T week in and week out. I'm going to pull this chat up real quick.
Okay. Kids helping kids.
Kids. Are we kids? I don't think we're kids.
Oh, we're not kids.
Do we? No, I don't know if we. I don't know if we qualify anymore. I mean, we act like kids. We're grown, like immature adults. So I guess it depends on who you're asking. YouTube.
You go ahead and pull that chat up. I see we already got 2 comments.
Oh, I will, dude. Yeah, I mean, we're like grown man children, I guess. So yeah, kids helping kids. That's our sound is good. No beer. No thanks, Qatar. Iran goes down.
No thanks,
Yeah, make sure you pronounce it correctly, guys. It's Iran, not Iran or Iran.
Not Iran, Iran.
It's Iran, dude.
It's.
Don't even get me started on that. Who was the player? You know the player's better than I.
Tyler Adams answered
Tyler
the question.
Adams. I'll just say he answered that a lot more diplomatically than I would have. How dare you question us about our ethics?
He answered it really well, but that's all you need to say is we really could have fired back at him, and he didn't.
That reporter's luckily he didn't go absolutely atomic, man. Didn't go nuclear on his ass because that question was in bad taste, I think, and was trying to trip him up. He did a as they would say in soccer, a graceful, man, a majestic job.
It was very beautifully answered.
It was really
very romantic, very beautiful.
Yes, all of the above. It was well done. Okay, so new merch. Go to RamblinRaiders.com. Check out our shop, guys. Get you some merch. Again, 10% of that going to go to a great cause, either a charity, the Matador Club, or Ramblin Raiders athletes. We will keep you all apprised of that every month whenever we give back. Also, USA Soccer. And then last but not least, dude, 7-5. The boys went 7-5 and are going to have a chance to go to the best bowl game Tech's been to since 2009.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's just beautiful sound.
And boy, does that taste good having a 7-win season.
Something about just drinking that beer when you have 7 wins is it hits a lot different. Okay, let's get back to basics here. So I could let Lane go on a 30-minute tirade about how our soccer coach is not just not up to snuff right now and not up to speed, but we're going to skip that. I know you guys aren't here to listen to U.S. soccer rant right now.
Well,
we're going to talk about Texas Tech rallying to beat Oklahoma 51-48 for the first time since 2011, first time at home. Well, 2 years since 2009. So it's been a while, over a decade.
First time ever to beat UT in Oklahoma in the same season ever. Any college football season ever played in Texas Tech.
Pretty wild when you say it. Yeah, historic night in Lubbock. Oklahoma, guys, hadn't beat them in over a decade. Huge testament to Joey McGuire and what he's done with this program, what he's been able to do in his first season. At the beginning of the year, we said, this team is, I think, from a talent standpoint, from a senior-led defensive standpoint, this is a 7-5, 6-6 type team, and they met, if not exceeded, a lot of people's expectations.
Yeah, I think they exceeded expectations.
Picked 9th in the Big 12, finished 4th.
Picked 9th. We're always optimistic. I mean, do I ever think that we're actually going to reach the mark that I give us? Most of the time, not. We did. We exceeded what I said, so I'm very happy.
We never believe in anything we ever say on this podcast. Maybe like 0.001% of the time. No. Yeah, I mean, if you would have said at the beginning of the year, team finishes 4th in the Big 12, I think every single Texas Tech fan would have been ecstatic, jumped at that.
We hammer.
As Lane alluded to, historic night for the Red Raiders. Tech's best finish in conference since 2009 when they finished 5-3. Went to the Alamo Bowl that year. This was the best. I mean, it's been a dark.
That's the same year we fired Mike Leach, mind you.
Dark decade for Texas Tech football. That's all said and done with now. It's in the past. We are looking towards a bright future. So, best finish since 2009. Tech finished 4th in the conference, as we just stated. And as Lane was mentioning, first time in school history that Tech defeats UT in Oklahoma in the same season. Doesn't matter that Oklahoma's 6-6. UT ended up finishing 3rd at 8-4. It's just a good feat to knock out those 2 schools that are going to the SEC.
As they leave, we beat them. Why aren't we going to the SEC is what I want to know. And several Big 12 schools want to know.
Well, because they're scared of us, dude.
They're scared of us. They're scared of us. They're picking off our weakest links. UT and OU aren't very good. We beat them. We're better than them.
Yeah.
What else?
Take that. Shove it. Last time you came to Lubbock, you took the L. You got. Really excited that we were able to that we you and I and the team were able to do that, walk away with that. A lot of Texas Tech fans are going to hang their hat on this season. Just looking back and saying glorious dubs against 2 teams going to the SEC. They didn't invite us. I think it's because they hate us because they ain't us, dude. They're scared. They know. They saw what we did to Mississippi State in the Liberty Bowl last year. They don't want none.
Oh, they hate us because we're better than them.
And I want another thing here for as far as historic nights go, guys. Last time the old school Double T scoreboard will be used in its current capacity.
Okay, so I
mean, it's cool when you look back and think about all the times, that scoreboard was there when Dad was playing back in the 80s, man. I mean, it's been around. It's been a staple at Jones AT&T Stadium for a long time. How sweet is it that the last score it ever showed, Texas Tech 51, OU 48, going out on a high note?
It's a West Texas staple. It's sad to see it go, but I saw some articles saying that they were alluding to it coming back.
So, yes, I think it's going to be a piece of the new stadium. They're going to have it incorporated somehow,
but it's not going to show the score.
It's not. Well, if it does, it's not going to be the main scoreboard, a focal point anymore. But no, I was under the impression that it was always going to be a part of the new setup at the Four Corners improved Jones AT&T Stadium coming up.
So it will be incorporated, but just not the main feature. And, I mean, it's a West Texas staple. Sad to see it go. Glad it got one last run at flashing the score, kicking OU's ass at home. What's new?
It's awesome. Okay, real quick, I do want to throw it to Nick's comment in the chat. He says, talking about a tweet I put out earlier, our soccer coach does dress like a middle schooler. He was wearing like Jordans today on the sideline.
Hey man, be classy.
He was wearing a t-shirt that was like
be classy, guy.
Dark camo. I mean, dude, you're playing on the biggest stage.
Notice
in
how
the world. Like, put a collared shirt on or dress it up a little bit.
Was it Spain, Germany? Notice how both coaches had suits on. I mean, you want to be taken as a power in that world.
You want to be taken seriously.
You want to be taken seriously. Put on a suit, man, and fucking get your shit together.
Like, you think I come pod? I mean, look at me. I got a button down on. Like, did my hair this morning. I mean, you show up to work. Like, you come ready to play.
Like, looking like who's Waldo, and, like, you show some respect.
Hey, that's a throwback jersey, man. A Clint Dempsey from the old Dempsey in 30.
Yeah.
Okay, so Justin Lead, I will say, tweeted back on that and said, well, he's winning. He can wear whatever he wants.
Nope, he ain't winning. He's tied twice. That ain't winning.
Don't get Lane Star. What's our coach's name? Burholzer?
Greg Berhalter.
Berhalter. Lane, I mean, I heard all day at Twin Peaks, man, how big of a scrub.
This guy's screwing up. We should have already been advanced. Today we shouldn't have been sweating.
No.
What next?
He said the last winning coach at Tech wasn't exactly dressed well either. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say but why not do both? Why not both? Why not win and dress like a
Mike Leach wasn't that badly dressed. Did he wear like jeans on the sideline?
He wasn't wearing a floppy camo t-shirt or whatever. Like, dude, he just looked. That's Bush League, man. Like, dress it up. Sorry if I sound a little pretentious, but it just looked like scrubbish to me, dude.
He's a scrubbish coach. He's not a very good coach.
And it seemed like we played not to lose, and he almost tied the game.
Barely won.
I love that the double T scoreboard is so strong it has to be destroyed. Wait, it's being destroyed. Are they gonna put it back together? I don't know. I guess I got to go back and look and see.
I saw an article saying it was gonna be somehow a part of the new stadium. I don't know if that's true or not.
I was under the impression that it's gonna be recycled, like reused. And it'll be incorporated.
It'll just be like a piece of metal, like placed in the corner.
It's going to be incorporated in some form or fashion. At least that's my understanding. Hey, it wouldn't be the first time we've been wrong on the Ramblin Raiders podcast, so please enlighten us in the chat if that is not the case. Okay, talk about the historic night, dude. Some other instant reactions here, man. It's safe to say Joey McGuire, a Joey McGuire coach team is never out of the fight, dude. We've learned that this year, winning 3 overtime games.
Undefeated in OT.
Undefeated in OT in the Jones. Really, with the exception of the Baylor game, Lane brought that up earlier, and we were still in that game until I think the pick 6.
A lot of the games we lost, obviously they hurt so much because we were we're in just about every game. But the Baylor game is the one game where you really question, should we have won that game at home?
Yeah, but I mean,
probably,
Joey
Joey
McGuire coach team never out of the fight, dude. It's just the brand, the culture that he's building and inspiring amongst these guys and with this program, it's evident that this team's not going to give up, dude. They're going to battle through and through. I mean, you look
and
at
hell,
this,
they could not show up in the first quarter and still win a game.
I was about to say, you look at this game, Tech trailed 24-6 with a little over 3 minutes left. Of course, they were driving in the first half, went into the locker room down 24-23.
Yeah.
A little over 3 minutes, 24-6 turned into 24-23. That was huge momentum shift in the second quarter.
Completely did not even show up in the first quarter of the game, and we still beat the University of Oklahoma. So what can you be mad about, really?
I mean, y'all should have seen. I know we put some videos out on our social medias at the bar that we were at. What was that place called?
Austin's.
Humpty Dumpty's. Austin. Some bar. Not a fan personally, but
we're not going back.
It was fun. I mean, because Tech won. First half, we were boo-hooing over there, man. All of our Tech buddies there watching. We're sitting there just going, this is terrible. How do you not show up like this at home? I didn't like the trick play to start the game off. Like, save that for a little bit later on. I don't know. I mean, it's easy to sit there and armchair coach it, but not a great start. OU's offense blitzed Tech in the first quarter. Really bad start. Team came firing back.
Absolutely.
And actually, I want to pull that up to showcase. I think it was a 20.
We were down at 1.17-0, I believe.
Yeah, it was a. God, it's so weird. Football, like regular season's over, man. It always goes by so fast, doesn't it?
It happens so fast.
23 points. 23 points in the second quarter. And then outscored OU in the third while they came back and got a 17-10 in the fourth. A really back and forth game. Last but not least, man, I'm just going to say this, dude. Tyler Shuck is a good QB. He's a winner. He wakes up in the morning. He pisses excellence. I mean, I'm just the dude's an absolute baller.
He wakes up and eats wins for breakfast. That's what he does.
All he does is munch on wins, man. I hate to play the what-if game. I'll throw it out there. We can all speculate a little bit on it here in the chat, and Lane and I will talk about it. But I hate to play what-if, but what if Tyler Shuck is healthy the whole season, man? What could have been?
We'll never know.
We'll never know, man. We'll never know what could have been. It'll also be interesting to see what kind of decision he makes moving forward.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he comes, because he will be eligible for another season if he so chooses to come back to Texas Tech. It'll be interesting to see what happens to our entire quarterbacking camp if he makes that decision to come back, who leaves, who stays,
also
who wins the starting position.
Dude, if we can keep Smitty Johns in a utility-type role, I mean, I think he could be the best utility player in the country next year.
I mean, the guy loves to score touchdowns
all he
any way
does.
possible. He'll catch them, he'll run them in, he'll throw them in.
It's like in junior high when you just put your best player like all over the field. Like you see a weak guy in the corner, you put him at receiver. If their front seven's bad, you put him at running back. You let him run the ball, and if their secondary's bad, you let him toss over the field. I mean, I think in small I'm not going to sit here and blow out of proportion. I think in small dosages, in small quantities, red zone, goal line presence, he's a Swiss Army knife and can get it done. We saw the turnover issues he had when he was getting high volume, plays in high volume minutes with this team this year, high volume reps, I should say. Dude, when you put him in these utility positions, Smitty John's absolute baller.
Yeah, he scores touchdowns. I mean, he knows how to finish a play, that's for sure. He's not going to go down easy. He gets it done when you need him most, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with all three of our quarterbacks. Who stays, who goes, who starts next season. It's a toss-up. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you who the hell is going to be our starter next year.
Who knows, man? Not me. Nick and Mia were chatting about it. So apparently he's right, dude. They were saying in this article that the old double T scoreboard was such a behemoth, man.
They couldn't handle it.
Excuse me. They couldn't handle it. They tried to salvage it. They couldn't. They had to just tear it down, dude. Rip it up.
I just don't understand how that works.
I don't either, but apparently they're going to
I'm not a construction guy, so I don't know.
Apparently they're going to build a replica of it.
A replica?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fine.
Hey, our kids will never know.
We'll take what we can get, I guess.
Years from now, dude, we'll all be looking back and no one will ever know.
I mean, it was just so iconic in West. You think of West Texas, you think of that double T scoreboard.
That thing was such a titan of industry that they had to destroy it. Nick, good point, man. And Mia coming in with the facts, the stats there. Nick also said Show seemed pretty pissed off in the press conference. Yeah.
I think being pressed will piss a guy off a little bit.
I don't really know what to honestly make out of that comment he made. I don't want to assume it was like he's like, oh, even people on the staff. I mean, for all we know, guys, that could be like one of the trainers. That could be literally anyone.
I also think Shuck is a little bit like that in press conferences. I don't think he enjoys press conferences.
He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's got that dog in him.
Yeah,
dude. Dog. He's got that dog in him. Yeah, I don't know, dude. He seemed a little bit. I mean, who knows? It could be the other end of that. He could be really pissed at our staff and like just going out there to prove otherwise. It's hard to get inside of his head and know what's going on there. He seems like a good, driven young man, young individual who's really, has his head on his shoulders and centered and focused on his career. And so I think it might have just been kind of a heated moment of like he's seen doubters when he was injured. He had some doubters out there. That was his moment to shut him up, and he absolutely deserved to. Doesn't seem to me like he's got any ill will with Kitley or I mean, I don't know. I don't want to assume that or put that out there.
Well, I guess we'll see at the end of the season.
Who knows, man? Don Williams might have just pissed him off with that question and just kind of got him a little little hot under the collar. So there's a lot you could
and
unpack there.
Don Williams asks tough questions sometimes.
He does, man. So anyways, guys, let's get to the biggest takeaways. That's kind of our instant reaction. Really, all these could blend together. But my first biggest takeaway, just when you go back and look at that, this felt like, and it was, a Big 12 shootout of old. Dude, I mean, you had Tech with 599. We'll go ahead and bump them up to. They had 600 total yards of offense, while OU had 672. Both teams were putting up some major, numbers in the stat column when it came to O. Dude, our defense stepped up when they needed to, but this was a like I said, man, old Big 12 run and gun type game.
Yeah, it just seemed to go back and forth, back and forth. We score, they score, we take the lead, they come back. Or, they jump out to a big lead, we come back. It was just a full-on shootout. You could see the way it was going really in the third quarter, and it continued to do so throughout the rest of the game.
Momentum, yeah.
And then Joey and the boys finish him in OT, just something Joey's been doing his whole head coaching career.
Joey is a finisher in OT, man. You do not want to catch that guy in extra time, dude. Nick Thompson, not Nick in the chat, but Nick Thompson. Wait, we got a comment real quick from our boy James Petrie. Sounds like a pod fresh off Peaks. Yeah, I had to go downstairs and wake Lane up off the couch, taking a nap.
Jackson took too long to set the pod up.
Yeah, man, I gotta give people what they want, man. Make sure it's a high quality production value. But yeah, man, we slammed some cold ones and had a good time at Peaks watching that game. Always good when you advance out of the group stage. So that was fun. Nick who Ramblin Raiders Nick in the chat. You're also a Ramblin Raiders Nick too, man. I mean, you're a writer as well. But for everyone who used to listen, when Nick Thompson was a part of this podcast, he texted me asking how we felt after the game. He was super pumped about it. He brought up a great point that I wanted to highlight here in a big takeaway. He said this team kind of felt like those basketball teams in 2017, 2018 that really helped build the foundation and solidify what was to come in Texas Tech basketball. This is sort of the vibe that team gives off, and I couldn't agree with him more, man. I mean, there are some seniors on this squad that should always be remembered for helping establish this culture and building out this brand, again, this foundation, the way that they did, mainly on defense, but a couple guys I want to read and shout out. I mean, SaRodrick Thompson, we're about to touch on him in a second.
Sarod.
Dog.
Dog.
Yeah, you take care of it. Wolf.
Dog.
I mean, absolute dog, dude. Wolf's a stud. Reggie Pearson.
Dog.
Too Easy. Muddy Waters.
Dog.
Ramblin Raider and dog. Merriweather, Taylor Demerson, Hutchings, Bradford, Eldridge, Dunlap, Moore. I mean,
those guys don't even play running back, but they probably could. Dogs.
All of them dogs. I mean, hell, dude, Jalen Hutchings got a tutty. The big boy got a tutty on the ground, man. They handed it off to him, and he dove in there and pancaked some fools. And
he did, and he almost killed. They tried to throw it to him, and then he said, "Screw it, we'll just give it to him behind the pads, man."
He's too crazy, bro. And tried to hit him on a whatever the hell that was, lineman dump pass. He came over and told Coach, "Hey, man, I just handed it all to me, dude. Like, get it in my hands. I will find the end zone." They figured it out, got it done. So all those seniors we just named off, though, a lot of them, again, on defense, need to be remembered for this year, what they established. Because I don't know how you could be a Texas Tech fan and not be super pumped about the future of this program.
Yeah, I mean, we are absolutely in a great spot, going to a great bowl this year. This feels like – Nick's right. It feels like a team that's setting up
They're setting
the future run. Yeah. That is eventually to come. We didn't know it at the time in basketball that it would eventually come, but it did. In football, we're building those same blocks. I think there's a lot to be excited about in Texas Tech sports, and this football team is certainly something to be excited about going forward.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you sit there and think about just what this team was able to accomplish, finishing fourth in the Big 12. And then not only that, but, dude, think about this.
They left a couple games out there, too.
They left a couple games out there. Hell, you take our schedule as it was right now. If we beat Kansas State, guess what we're doing this Saturday?
We're playing for a Big 12 championship.
We're doing a Ramblin Raiders tailgate in Arlington for the Big 12 championship. Joey McGuire's first year, you're one game out of playing for the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, I mean, we're moving in the right direction, that's for sure. Joey's got the boys on the move.
Yeah, he does. Okay, let's talk about some performances real quick, guys. Again, I talked to Tyler Shuck earlier. Dude's a winner, plain and simple. I forgot the stat, but I think he's either 6 or 7-0 as a starter. Maybe someone can throw that in the chat. But 6.
Well,
6-7-0 as a
when
starter.
He finished the game.
Yeah, as I say, when he starts and finishes the game, the only game that he started and lost, he got knocked out of in the first quarter against UT. So I mean, he didn't play a majority of that game, but.
And we really got knocked out of that game.
Yeah, once he was done. But you got to think about that, man. I'm not saying we would have ran the table or anything, but dude has a great track record when he starts and finishes games at Texas Tech. Kind of makes you wonder how this year would have gone had he stayed healthy.
Could we have picked up 1 or 2 more wins here or there?
Threw for 436 yards, 2 TDs. I mean, Shuck has really just been so impressive, man, down the back stretch of this year, winning these last.
I mean,
3
we're
games.
arguably one of the hottest teams in the country right now.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be reflected when you see our matchups in the bowl.
Yep.
Whoever we catch, I hope they're not sleeping if they're one of these Florida States, Clemson's, who in the Alamo Bowl. So we play
Florida.
The best team in the Pac-12, like Utah, or not the best team, like a Utah. Hey, you look at that record, 7-5.
I would
baby.
love to get Utah and kick their ass because they were talking they were talking
fans,
shit.
Their fans are butt, dude, on Twitter.
Yep.
They're one of the more obnoxious fan bases, but. I mean, Utah, you look at that 7-5 record, this team's playing, they like we said, they left a couple out there potentially, and they're playing the best they've looked all year long. So, Shuck, great. Dude, Thompson, okay. I need to get on like my soapbox and go on a soliloquy.
Go ahead.
I love Sir Roderick Thompson, man. I really do. I mean, the guy is just, I almost got emotional, honestly, whenever we were at, what was it, Donkey Kong's. Whenever we were at Austin's on Saturday,
Donkey Kong's Funhouse.
I looked at Lane and he had like a couple runs. I looked at him, I was like, dude, and this was drunk words, but I'm gonna say it might be a hot take anyways. I said I almost feel like we kind of criminally underused Sir Roderick Thompson at Texas Tech, man. And that's not an indictment on Kitley. I'm just saying, throughout his career, dude, I feel like he needed more touches. I mean, he's gonna go down as one of the greatest Red Raider running backs we've had. Just absolutely electric, man. I mean, ripping off play after play, long run after long run.
I mean, the guy's really laid it out there. He's been playing since he was a freshman.
Dude was special. In this
always
game.
His runs hard. I mean, he runs, in my opinion, he runs so hard.
Am I the only one that...
Every run, the guy's giving it all every time he touches the ball.
Do you feel like maybe he was a little underutilized? Like, we just didn't give it to him enough?
Yeah, at times. And then at other times, I mean, he took 22 carries this last game. That's a lot of touches.
Well, this game, he got a lot of them, and you could see it paying off for us. So, I mean, he's a warrior, man. I know he got banged up there at the end, so you got to always consider stuff like that. But real quick, his stats, man. 22, he had 86 yards on 22 carries, 2 TDs. Was really getting after it, and I just can't say enough good things about Sir Roderick Thompson, man. I know he's going to be gone next year. Still has a good chance of having a big bowl game, but an all-time Red Raider, man. He's going to go down as one, and we'll touch more on him.
All-time Red Raider. He doesn't have a chance to come back for a COVID year.
No, he does. There's a lot of speculation he's not going to. And actually, if you listen to Joey McGuire in the new hype video Texas Tech released, if you listen to his pregame pep talk, he says Sir Roderick Thompson, like, you do it for the seniors like Sir Roderick Thompson. Yeah. So I would be shocked if he came back just because that guy, he's had a hell of a career, man. It's been a long time coming. Some say he wants to just like get out and like get his business career going.
Yeah, and just maybe take time to relax.
Dude, go do some backpacking in Europe, man. Find yourself. Maybe go run on Sundays in the NFL. Like, who knows, dude? He's a jack of all trades. He can do whatever he wants. Let's talk about this receiving corps. Dude, they're young and they're so talented, man. We threw the ball. Now, granted, OU secondary is absolute trash. They did not look good, but dude, the freshman. I believe out of DeSoto, man, Bradley.
Yeah.
Jaron Bradley, dude. 8 receptions, 173 yards, closing in almost on a two-piece in that game. Had one touchdown, 173 yards.
Deep touchdown catch.
He had some big plays. I mean, he's going to be a force to reckon with. Keep an eye on him. But, dude, everybody. I mean, you look at Martinez, Fungi, Price. All these guys are going to be back. Still Cup. We're young in the receiving corps. That's going to be probably our best position coming into next year. Want to touch on Trey Wolf. Again, another guy. Let's just get the box out. I'm going to stand up.
Dog.
Say my piece.
He's had a great season. Going
shit.
From where he was to where he is now at the end of the season. What a kind of, it's going to sound kind of weird, but what a magical season for Trey Wolf.
No,
man.
it's when you look at what he went through in his tenure at Tech, starting, benched, and then coming back, he hit 2 game winners this year. OU and UT?
More than that. U of H.
I thought Smitty ran that one in.
Smitty ran that one in, but he hit a tying 50-yarder.
Goal. I mean, he's been absolute nails this season. Talk about another guy.
He's made every clutch kick you can make.
I mean, he had big shoes to fill with Jonathan Garibay, and he's done absolutely. He's filled those shoes and had a great season. I know Mia will be proud to hear this one because she's a big Trey Wolff stan, man. She loves her some Trey Wolff, and how could you not, dude? I mean, he's I think two weeks in a row he's been the Big 12 Player of the Week. Yeah. Hell, he won the Iowa State game on a field goal too, I'm pretty sure. Or he kicked one and they tried to come down.
Yeah, they couldn't do something.
But dude,
magical season for Trey Wolff.
Magical is about the best way you can put it. And then I can't even narrow it down with our defense, dude. I mean, all these guys. First off, Pearson. Man, I mean, he had 2 Dwayne Slay type hits in this game.
He lit that quarterback up.
What's his name?
Daniel Gabriel.
I'm not gonna lie, we were like pretty tossed at the
I was like, well, that just won us the game. Their quarterback's done.
I mean, we got lit on that hit in overtime when he absolutely cracked Williams. He also had a huge hit, Gabriel, yeah. He had a huge hit on earlier in the game too against one of their running backs or receivers on a screenplay. Absolutely licked him, dude. I mean, dropped a lick on his ass that guy will not soon forget. I mean, just Reggie Pearson's one of them. Muddy Waters been absolutely nails all season. Really glad to see him come back after the year that, after a year where he got injured early on, wasn't able to complete his season, got I believe it was a medical, waive for this year. Has been instrumental in a lot that we've done. Maybe we can get him back on the end of the pod to talk about this season and what it meant to him. But I mean, Merriweather, Eldridge, these guys are giving you just great plays, minutes every single game. Taylor Demerson, huge interception to get us back in the game, switch some momentum. I could go on and on, guys. Hutchings, Bradford, Dunlap, all those guys I mentioned earlier with the seniors. Defense, they weren't great at all times. We got torched, a good amount. OU's got a pretty potent, offense when you look at old Kendall Briles over there, running a pretty high octane offense at OU. But man, when we needed them to step up, as they've done all year, they figured it out and came through.
Yeah, absolutely. Came back and they got it done when we needed them most.
All right, let's go ahead. Y'all drop any questions. Talk y'all's shit in the chat. Absolute dog. I am a walking
dog.
Trey Wolff fan, says Mia. Love it. Yo, what up, Davion? Welcome to the chat. Y'all be sure to share this. If you saw this link on Twitter or Instagram, share this and make sure you're telling everyone to subscribe. Got to keep those subscribers going on the up as it's been. Okay, lastly, we're going to get to kind of our ending little topic here as we close out. Excuse me. This is why I got to drink gin instead of beer on the pod from now on. At the beginning of the year, man, we had we talked about it. We're usually on the optimistic side. By the way, the chef, as I did last year,
7-5,
as you have, bet on Tech to win more than 5 games. Heavy money once again.
That's won me 2 really good bets.
Yeah, my back pocket is my wallet's a little fatter now, thanks to the Red Raiders getting that done. We had this team. We said that they were on talent alone. This was a 6-6, 7-5 type team in the Big 12 this year. It looks like we were on the mark when it came to that. This team was special. Crazy to think. Again, 1 win away from the Big 12 championship. You get done against Kansas State. Let's talk about bowling, man. We all love to bowl. We're going bowling 2 years in a row now. Last year's was a lot of fun in the Liberty, knocking out the Pirate Mike Leach, lifting the curse against Mississippi State. Now, 3 bowl games on the table. Not everyone will agree with this. I think a lot of people. What the?
Fix my mic, man.
Dude.
There you go.
There we go. By the way, hey guys, guess what? New equipment. Man, I'm suck at raising my eyebrows like that. I was trying to do hey guys. As creepy as that was, new mics coming in. These things have served us well for the last 4 years, however long we've been doing this.
We throw them away.
No more, man. No more eyebrow raised badass. I went off on what was it? What's it called? Jesus. Cyber Friday.
Cyber Monday.
No, Black Friday, electronic version, dude. I went online.
It's called Cyber. You're supposed to buy it on Monday.
No, but they had a deal online for Black Friday too. Dude, now they're just taking it all like cyber, man. It's all electronic.
Go Cyber Monday, you can get really good prices.
No, this was like the best price you were gonna get. You can do Black Friday online as well. I capitalized. Went off on Black Friday. I forgot the site I was using, but one of my buddies sent it to me. Got some really badass mics at a discounted price. So next time you see us, well, actually, it'll probably be maybe a few more episodes later. We're going to have some headphones, some hanging mics going. Going to be legit as hell.
Headphones?
Be on the lookout for that. Let's talk about bowls, man. And actually, Davion asked a good question. Did we surpass expectations? We kind of talked about that in the chat. Lane and I set the bar pretty high. We do every year. I think you could not have asked for more from Joey McGuire.
I think our coaching staff has exceeded expectations. I thought there was times where we were kind of down on them when there's always time to criticize and be excited. But they did.
A time to bitch, a time to move.
Yeah, they won 7 games. They finished 4th in the Big 12. I think there's a lot to be excited about, and I think they did. I didn't think we were going to finish 4th in the Big 12 this year. So
no,
yeah.
I mean beating OU-UT first time ever. Finishing 4th in the Big 12, best finish in the Big 12, I think, since what, 2012, 2009.
12 or 9.
We got a shot at going to the best bowl game we've been in since 2009. I think I don't know if there's a way you really look at this and say we didn't exceed expectations, especially when you're picked 9th at the beginning of the year by the pollsters who don't know much, sleeping on this team. And again, we were so close.
Well, hell, what was TCU picked, 8th?
Oh, God, I don't know, dude. Yeah, they were picked. Kansas, another one that you just don't know, man. And this team really rallied and proved a lot of people wrong. 3 bowl games on the table, guys. As we close out here, before I got super eyebrow sidetracked there with the mic situation coming up. More than likely, we're looking at the Cheez-It Bowl. I think that's what everybody's leaning towards. But you got potentially Texas, Cheez-It, Alamo. How does that work? Alamo, the only way we're going to get that is if UT passes up on it or wants to do something different. And I, went back and looked at it earlier today because I was kind of curious. I remember UT playing Utah in the Alamo Bowl not long ago. They played Colorado, I believe, one year, not that long ago. It seems like they've been in the Alamo Bowl a lot. So I went and checked. Dude, their last 2 bowl games. It makes sense that we think, it seems like they've been in the Alamo Bowl a lot. They have. Last 2 bowl games are in the Alamo Bowl. Out of their last, I think it's 5 or 6 bowl games, 4 of them were in the Alamo Bowl. Are they tired of San Antonio? Are they tired of it? I doubt it. I think that they will probably end up in the Alamo Bowl. But if they decide to move on that, I saw, everyone was looking on Twitter. USA Today had Tech predicted to play UCLA in the Alamo Bowl. That'd be sick. Cheez-It Bowl. That's what everybody's really leaning on. Everyone's kind of, mob mentality around. Everyone's all in the Cheez-It Bowl. Personally, I would rather play in Texas because then we can throw a kick-ass Ramblin Raiders tailgate. But I'm not going to complain about the Cheez-It Bowl. Cheez-It Bowl would be absolutely electric, dude. You're playing either Florida State, who's probably an 8-9 win team this year, or the loser of the ACC, championship game between Clemson and North Carolina. So Cheez-It Bowl, high-profile bowl, compared to, what Tech's played in the past. That'd be great. And then, again, I was thinking, so if TCU loses to Kansas State, someone was saying that there's a scenario where if USC wins, Ohio State could maybe – I don't think it's going to happen. It's looking like TCU's pretty much a lock now, even if they lose the Big 12 championship, which is rightfully so. They should get in no matter what. That's how it should be. Hey, crazier things have happened, dude. Ohio State jumping TCU. If that happens, it pushes everybody down the pecking order a little bit. So then you got TCU in the Sugar Bowl or whatever. You got Kansas State in the either Cotton or Alamo, whatever. Anyways, it pushes people kind of down the line a little bit. You could see, Tech getting in the Texas Bowl at that time. Which one do you want, Lane, of those 3? Which would be your ideal?
I would probably prefer either the Texas. I think all 3 of them are fine. I don't even know really.
All of them are badass, but
we're gonna end up playing a good team. It kind of depends on who the matchup is. I mean, we could go, beat another SEC team. We kind of did that whole thing last year. But there's other teams to beat. Florida, we'd get in there. Kentucky, we could beat.
And I'm gonna say, like earlier, we were talking with my cousin, dude. We were watching that USA Iran game. Iran game, and dude, he had the craziest.
He wants to drive to Florida.
He had the craziest look in his eye, and he said, "I'm gonna rent like one of these badass, like what do you call it, a trans?"
He called it a trans van.
Something I don't know, but he said
or
his
like
buddy's
a
got one.
Transit van.
Transit van. He goes, "I'm gonna get this bad boy out, and we're doing a Ramblin Raiders road show to Orlando." So there could be a scenario where we're going to go to all three of these. However, the best tailgate opportunity
is here in Houston.
Would be at the Texas Bowl or, dude, the Alamo Bowl would be sick. Either way, it's going to be fun. Personally, I would like to see us in one of these bowls in Texas. But, Davion's right. It's all about the money. At the end of the day, they're going to, do what's best from a financial standpoint. Also, Davion said, I feel Ohio State, has just bigger name recognition. That's not wrong, dude. I'm telling you. I think, and I don't agree with it. I would, to me, it would really implicate why there's just the current system.
What good
flawed.
Teams have Ohio State beaten?
Hold on. Let's sit here and just think for a while. I'm going to take a long sip of beer while you think on that.
Who did they beat? I have to look at their schedule. That's good.
There
An
was,
actual good team.
Saint Josephine's School of the Knee.
That was early in the year. No, Ohio State had to play some good teams.
I mean, they played some good teams, I guess, in the Big Ten.
They beat Notre Dame.
Okay.
Meh.
Yeah, sure.
And Penn State. Meh.
They beat sister.
And that's
teams.
it. They beat two good football teams.
They beat Bear Christian and Sister Jean Academy.
Yes.
No, dude. Here's you got Georgia, Michigan locks. I'm pretty sure. USC wins. I think they're in. I don't see how they're going to move them out if USC wins the championship. TCU with a loss, dude. I'm telling you, it's going to come down to that 4 spot. If Ohio State were to jump them, I'll just go on a limb and say it proves to me that our current system is flawed. You have to expand it. There's a clear SEC bias. There's a bias for these blue bloods. Mainly, SEC, sure, but there's a bias when it comes to blue bloods, to name brand recognition, getting more eyeballs, getting more viewers. It's all about the money, dude. And that's why they hate that TCU is in the position they're in right now.
Yeah, and they're looking to snub them any way they can.
Penn State, Notre Dame. All right, guys. Well, you know what? 43 minutes. That's a pretty good ep. I know, we got some more podcasts to do this week. A lot of exciting announcements coming up.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But, man, what an exciting season. Can't wait to do a bowl game preview, and then after the bowl game, do kind of a bowl game recap / into football season recap. We're going to have some more basketball content coming up soon. Texas Tech plays Georgetown tomorrow.
That'll be fun.
Bounce back after what was an unfortunate kind of outing in the Maui. And I say that. I mean, it's a young team. We're learning. We're growing. Played a damn good Creighton team. One of probably a team I'm going to really enjoy and root for the rest of the year. They're great. And an experienced, senior-driven, tenured Ohio State team that was solid as well. So a lot to improve on, but
lots to learn from.
Content out to you.
Lots to learn from.
Lots to learn from. All right, well, while I pull this up, Lane, you want to tell them a joke or something?
All I'll say is let's have a good week. Keep your guns up. We should find out the bowl next week, I believe.
Oh, God, my neck, man. You turned 30.
So stay tuned for that. Are we doing an episode tomorrow?
You turned 30 and all. No.
Tomorrow.
So, quick apology. I meant to say at the beginning of the episode, guys. We were at the Deer Lease last week, and after the Iowa State game, didn't get to do a recap because, we're pretty much out there in trailers and what? We didn't get to do it because we're at the Deer Lease. Doing what we do out there, and we're pretty much out there like in trailers and really really roughing it. I'll say that we're roughnecking it out there. So didn't get to do a recap of the Iowa State game. Then got back in town with the holidays. Everyone's moving, shaking, getting the turkey, dressing ready. Getting the turkey, the dressing, the cobbler, everything, good to go. Whatever people like to enjoy and eat on Thanksgiving. Had a great time with family and friends. Didn't get to do a rip, though, so we missed a couple of episodes. We apologize for that. Continue to tune in, guys, to our Ramblin Raiders YouTube channel. Make sure that you're subscribed. Tell your friends, your family. your enemies, anybody, man. Anyone who you know who loves Texas Tech, go ahead and
Bring them.
Plug for us, man. Bring them. Drop a little seed, little kernel, man, and help them to know our brand and come check out our content.
Right, you are, Harry.
I'm also going to put out a poll. I'm excited. Me and Sherman are working on for this bowl season coming up.
A great, epic saga of videos.
Yeah, multiple videos, but we want it to be on theme with something. So we're thinking Dark Knight, Star Wars, something superhero themed probably. But
Thanos.
If you guys think of any other good movies or whatever, we want to do like a couple, 4 or 5 different hype videos all on. Maybe I'll put it out on Twitter for a vote to see what theme we should do for the CFB meme zone, our boy Shermanator, and the Ramblin Raiders kind of bowl season, hype videos, content that we're going to be putting out. So be on the lookout for that. Shop Ramblin', dude. I'm telling y'all, man, this new merch that we just had put out, I mean, I can't wait to not only get some and pimp it and show everybody, like, this is what it looks like in the flesh. Those hats are dope. The hoodie. I'm excited to see what the collared shirt, that material's like. It looks better than the old shirts that we had. So, all in all, dude, can't wait to check out the new swag, get it in stock. And we have a lot of it, man. It's we have a good amount of it. People are buying it, though, so get it while you can. Again, 10% of that's going to go towards a local Lubbock charity or the Matador Club. We'll put it up for a vote and let our followers decide because we like to give y'all a little bit of say in this. So follow us on all of our social medias, guys. Rate, review, subscribe, and we will
exit.
Try to exit
stage left
and see y'all probably next week or so for a basketball season. I'm trying to get our boy Austin Massey. He was supposed to come on for a Maui preview, couldn't do it, so I'm gonna try to get him on for a kind of here's where we're at in the season basketball recap vid coming up soon. Also, be on the lookout for some Twitter Spaces that we're gonna start doing before each basketball game.
Right, you are.
Ad or over under on an ad popping up.
Highly over.
Well done. All right, guys. Beers run dry. Wait. We smell a little. Tell you what, dude. You turn 30. You sleep on your neck wrong one time.
Jesus.
Game over. Beers run dry. Takes are out. Takes are getting cold. Just kidding. Takes never get cold in the Ramblin Raiders podcast. Thank y'all for joining us. Lane, any final words?
Keep your guns up. Have a good week. We'll find out what bowl we get here coming up.
That's right, man. Y'all have a good week. Excited. Great time to be a Red Raider, baby. Lane, we out.
We out. Are you, is the speaker working?
Oh, dude, we got to
Is the speaker working?
Wow. Wow. One of many blunders that we've had.
Man, how many beers have you been drinking?
Sadly, one. Hold on. Where's remember, like, for months that I told the listeners I was gonna get a new phone and I never did? Maybe tomorrow, dude. Tomorrow might be the day. I've been telling our listeners, I've been telling our listeners that we were gonna actually put it next to yours because yours is louder.
Oh.
But it's weird. It's like, or yours is your mic's
Oh, don't touch it.
No, don't touch it though. I learned my lesson last time. Hey, we're still here, bros. But yeah, now we're gonna achieve an exit. What was I saying about?
Keep your guns up.
New phone. TikTok, baby. I know I've been telling y'all this for months. It feels like years now. I promise it's coming, man. I'm gonna get a new phone. We're gonna get a new phone.
We out.
Well, Lane, yeah, you guys have a great week for real. It wouldn't be a Ramblin Raiders podcast without one messed up outro. But we'll see y'all here next time, Lane.
We out.
y'all.